What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm super excited for two reasons, right? One, got a new mic. This is perfect. Oh, it's gorgeous. It is brilliant, honestly. First time using it, so happy. And second thing is, Jurassic World Dominion news. Honestly, Jurassic World Dominion news. I'm so happy. But yeah, so as you can see, poster right there. Poster right there. So happy. First off, you can see on the screen. There it is, okay. This is like really big news, considering that there's teasers out and spoilers. See, there's two posters up on the screen, and these posters are two very important ones. These are the two posters that were teased to be the Jurassic World Dominion, the actual posters. One on the left of Rexy, you know, in a skeleton in the amber. That's the most common one, I think. And the one on the right, that is like a tease one, I think, because it's showing. Actually, no, I don't think it is a tease. You know, because it's showing it all started here, and this would be really interesting because obviously the dinosaurs escaped from Lockwood Manor and are like set free. And so it's like, oh, it's all started here. This is how it happened. So the two main posters, and honestly, they look amazing. But way better than Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom posters, I think. So moving on, we're going to talk about the cast. Yeah, the cast. So I put a picture up of the main cast, and Lowry is making a return. Do you remember Lowry? Claire saying that he's a coward, and yeah, but he's making a return. So we can see Chris Pratt, like the usual, who been here since the very first Jurassic World. So Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Lowry. I can't remember what his actual name is. But yeah, so he's making a return. And from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, what's her name? It is Daniela Pinder. I think I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. And Justice Smith, I think. So these two are from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and they played a pretty big role. Smith was a coward. He basically was a coward. He didn't play that big a role, but he was still in it. And Daniela, she played a big role because she took Rexy's blood that Chris, Owen and Claire got, and put it in blue to make sure that she survived. Omar Sy, he's making a return for Jurassic World. Obviously, Barry, Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, and Laura Dean have made a return. Honestly, I was so happy. This was announced ages ago. I'm so happy that they're back because they were their original trio. Sam Neill looking a bit old, but you know, Jeff Goldblum still looking as stylish as ever. And Laura Dean basically looks exactly the same. Dern, sorry, not Dean. Oh, and B.D. Wong. He was in both first Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He made Indominus Rex, Scorpius Rex, and Indoraptor. Isabel Sermon, she's making a return from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Interesting facts, we're the same age. I found that pretty interesting when I found that out. They were all the cast members who actually had names. Chris Pratt, oh man, he's amazing. He couldn't have made a better role for Owen Grady, honestly. Right, so on to the spoiling section now. If you don't want to watch this, I'll just skip ahead to when you see the spoiling section over, whatever I put. This is going to be talking about all the little nook and crannies of what's going to happen. So, this picture is really interesting. This was teased in the IMAX showing of the 5-minute clip, I think it was, of Jurassic World Cretaceous period. So, the Indominus Rex looking figure on the left is the Giganotosaurus. Obviously you could tell it has quite a resemblance to the Indominus Rex. Isn't the Indominus Rex though, so don't get that mixed up. And of course, on the right is Rexy, the actual real Rexy, not the genetically made Rexy. As you can see, Giganotosaurus's tail on the lower screen there, that is curving around like it's getting like in Jurassic World Evolution, like where they go like twisty, all sort of stuff, and like, yeah, it looks like that. Of course, this is historically incorrect because Giganotosaurus actually wasn't in the Cretaceous period, it was Jurassic period, if I am correct. So, this is a typical Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, being historically incorrect. Because, of course, dinosaurs had feathers. You look closely on Rexy, you can see there's like these sort of hairs, and that is, I'm so happy they didn't just like do typical Jurassic Park. They added in feathers and fur for the actual dinosaur. Rexy has fur. Wow. Moving on. This picture. This is really interesting because I think that the mouth is the Giganotosaurus's mouth. It's either roaring or is preparing to do something. They really went into texture here with the teeth looking all jagged and old, and there's a tongue there which is really cool. They've added in that actual tongue. It's really good that they're gonna go into like all this detail, which I'm happy about. But yeah, so that's a plus. And you can see like, all the little bumps, like they look like sort of taste buds on the actual tongue, which is pretty interesting actually. I like it. Next picture. News, and these are pterodons. That one in the left doesn't look like a pterodon though. That looks kind of like a quetzal. Don't quote me on that. It might be a pterodon, but the one in the middle, squawking, is definitely a pterodon. I'm guessing that pterodons flew in, landed, and this is gonna cause a big, like, this is building up to a big tension, a big fight. Really into like beautiful scenes, and then there's a big fight or something like that, or there's like something's gonna happen. So you get quite a lot from that picture. It looks like it's near some form of lake or something like that. Move on. So this is spoiling section over for anyone. So next, posters. Of course, since like last year, there's been all sorts of fake posters and stuff like that, and actual posters coming out. So these ones on the left, these I feel like these are all fan made, if I am correct. I feel like they are all fan made. Like Rexy on a cliff roaring, and then a pterodon on a skyscraper perching. Then the Mosasaurus under people paddling. That's my personal favourite out of these. As well as the Dilo one. The Carnotaurus in the forest, which is pretty interesting. And then a Dilo in a room, it looks like, on top of a dead person. Nice. Very nice. And then, of course, an Apatosaurus on a road, blocking. And then, of course, Blue in a snow forest. Nice. Right. Quickly. We've seen clips of the actual filming of Jurassic World Dominion, and they seem to. I've seen a clip of when Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Isabel Sermon, etc., are all in a snowy sort of place. Could Chris Pratt, Owen Grady, Claire Dearing, etc., be looking for Blue? Because Blue is really important in this franchise because she took down the Indominus with Rexy, and she also took down Indoraptor. And on all those posters it says, "Life cannot be contained." This reminds me of Ian Malcolm's famous catchphrase, "Life finds a way." So this could be fan-made, I don't know, but that is pretty interesting because this could be an extension to his quote, "Life finds a way." Moving on to the lower right, we see the two posters I've already shown you at the start of the video. I feel like these are the two main posters for the actual film. So the one, the black background, amber Rexy. This is like typical Jurassic Park. As you can see there's always been a Rexy in a poster, a T-Rex skeleton, going like that. On to the far right, there's a mosquito biting into some form of hide. Could be Giganotosaurus, could be anything. It looks quite like an apatosaur back, if you ask me. or it could definitely be the Giganotosaurus, in my opinion. Moving on to the top right, these are my personal favourites. I think they are fan-made. I don't think they're the real deal. I think they are fan-made. So, so I've zoomed these in right here. So, left, purple one. Actually, quick off the bat, we can see in all the posters, Sam Neill looks the exact same. He looks quite wax-like, if you ask me. He looks quite plasticky. He looks old. He's Asian because he's been through a lot of stuff, has Ian Malcolm, Sam Neill. That's Tower Bridge right there. That's in London. So I don't know exactly how the dinosaurs got to London because there's miles of ocean between America and England. So, you know, it's a bit... But, you know. On top of that, we see Blue. Squawk and roaring. In all posters, Sam Neill, Alan Grant is at the front of each poster. He's like he's the biggest character in all the posters. So could that mean that he is actually getting a bigger part than Chris Pratt, being like the ultimate raptor knowledge holder of raptors? Maybe. And then going back to the purple one, we see Rexy, and then like looking big and menacing and bulky, like how Rexy should look. And then I've kind of cut it off by the second poster, but we see Toro there. So maybe Toro has a bigger part in this now, after Camp Cretaceous. Maybe, potentially, who knows. And of course, the one that only Ian Malcolm, he's Ian Malcolm, what can you say? Yeah, but they're my favourite three posters. Moving on to dinosaurs. What dinosaurs will be returning in Jurassic World Dominion? The top left, this is a clip from the IMAX scene of a herd of ankylosaurs drinking in a watering hole, maybe, don't know, but that's quite interesting. So they look more realistic than the ankylosaurs that we see in Jurassic World. Of course, Rexy will be making a return in Jurassic World Dominion, because why wouldn't she be? This is actually taken from Jurassic World, where she's on top of the command center at the end of the film after her big fight with Indominus Rex. I wonder if she's going to remember Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, and Ian Malcolm, because she did save them from the raptors. So I'm wondering if she'll remember. Be interesting if she does. Alright, moving on to the bottom left of the Giganotosaurus and the T-Rex having a fight. Sorry, spoilers. But yeah, sure you already know that. Having a fight. So, we definitely know a Giganotosaurus is in this film. Bottom right, we see a Quetzal. Well, sorry, go to the top first. We see a herd of, I presume, brachiosaurs or brontos. They're walking through a lake. Interesting. And then we see some form of birds flying away from them. Right, bottom right, bottom of the picture. That's a Quetzal. Pteranodons were massive. They were quite big. And compared to a Quetzal, they were tidgy. A Quetzal was so big. It was unbelievable. But yeah, so its wingspan was massive. Honestly, its wingspan was massive. In the feeling that Rexy and the Giga had a fight next to a lake. Because we see ankylosaurs drinking from a watering hole, don't we? Brachiosaurs walking through a lake. And we see a Quetzal landing next to a lake. So I'm getting the feeling that this fight is going to be next to a lake. Pretty interesting again. Moving on. Oh, that's the end. Right. So that is all I wanted to show you guys for today. That is the Jurassic World Dominion news done. That is basically all that's been released. That's the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I really did enjoy talking about this. I've always really wanted to cover this. But yeah, a bit of a long one. It has to be said, but it has to be done. It has to be a long one because, like, all those, like, honestly, so many of them. But yeah, so If you did enjoy this video, guys, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, which should hopefully be a gaming video. Make sure you stay tuned for more Jurassic World Dominion news when more does come out. Yeah, so I shall see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Bye bye.